Hello, my name is Lucrezia Lodato and I'm a freelance translator. I've spent some days in Milan. Watch this video to see what I visited and discovered. After arriving and checking in my accommodation, I want to visit Navigli, one of Milan's most popular neighborhoods. It takes its name from the homonym canals that local people call Navigli. In this neighborhood, there are the two main canals of the city. I love watching water, it relaxes me, so I decided to walk along the main canal, Naviglio Grande. Along it, there are lots of restaurants, outdoors cafes, and vintage shops, so the atmosphere is unique. And there's a little bridge in honor of Alda Merini, an Italian writer and poet who was born in this neighborhood in March 1931. There are also picturesque courtyards, such as il Vicolo dei Lavandai, that used to be an area for washing clothes. Its name means washerwomen's alley, as it is the place where women would come to wash clothes. I get to the point of convergence between the two main canals, and this point is called Darsena. The scenery is both stunning and relaxing. Here is also one of the city's ancient gates, Porta di Cinese. That's medieval. Walking northwards from here, the street leads you to the Colonne di San Lorenzo, consisting of 16 Corinthian columns built by the Romans. Opposite, there's Basilica di San Lorenzo, St. Lawrence Church, dating back to the 4th century. On my way back to the underground station, I come across this wall, the Wall of Dolls. As you can see, it is against femicide and in memory of its victims. It's an art installation created in 2014 and it's in continuous evolution as people can bring their own dolls whose names are mainly taken from those of the victims. Milano Centrale is the main railway station and the largest in Europe in terms of dimensions. It was opened in the early 30s. This clip shows just a very small proportion of it, but it's huge and amazing and also features shops, restaurants, and food market. As I wander around the city center, I come across this square with a statue in honor of Alessandro Manzoni, a well-known Italian writer who was born here in Milan. He was the author of The Betrothed, in Italian I Promessi Sposi. And as a dance lover, I can't not go to see the square with Teatro La Scala, popularly called La Scala. This theater is a neoclassical building built in the 70s of the 18th century, and it's one of the great opera houses of the world. It has a ballet company, a ballet school, and a singing school. Again, as a dance lover, it's one of the places I've most heard of in my life, and I'm excited to be here. To get to the cathedral, from here you have to go through Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II, the world famous shopping arcade dating back to the 19th century. It is named after Vittorio Emanuele II, the first king of the Kingdom of Italy. Today, it has plenty of renowned shops, bars, and restaurants. The central octagonal space is topped with a glass dome, and the roof is a typical example of the 19th century iron and glass architecture. I swear the atmosphere is unique. And then I get to Piazza Duomo, the square where there's Milan's amazing cathedral. That's one of the most striking monuments in the city. It's a Gothic masterpiece, one of the largest churches of contemporary Europe, and it took 5 centuries to complete. Its Gothic facade was completed under Napoleon I. Its exterior is covered with turrets, pinnacles, and more than 3,000 statues. Unfortunately, I haven't enough time to visit it, but I can't stop and sit down to enjoy this breathtaking view and try to catch as many exterior details as possible. Then I get to Piazza Mercanti, another central city square of Milan. It used to be the heart of the city in the Middle Ages, and merchants gathered here to sell their goods and products. It is surrounded by great historical buildings such as these. Within easy walking distance, there's Castello Sforza's castle. It was built in the 15th century by Francesco Sforza and is now home of an art collection and museums. Originally from Romagna, Francesco Sforza was a military leader, the ruler of Milan in 1450. He wanted the reconstruction, embellishment, and ampliation of the pre-existing building that before that was the residence of the Visconti family. Through the centuries, various architects and designers have been involved in the works on the castle and its defensive architecture, including Leonardo da Vinci. Today, there's a couple of gates to enter the castle, and at the center there's the wide courtyard of arms. And this is the so-called Rocchetta, a kind of fortress inside the fortress with a huge courtyard. The restoration works of these vaults brought to light the Sforza decorations. The castle is set next to a spacious green park, Parco Sempione. I decided to relax here, and there's a magnificent view of the castle. And while enjoying the atmosphere, I'm not alone. Just outside the park, there's the Arco della Pace, a triumphal arch in a huge square. Wandering around the area, I get to see the life. A modern district with green spaces and contemporary architecture. That's a unique urban landscape. And there are also 3 skyscrapers and a shopping center. And since it's no secret that I'm here for Coldplay, well, this is the San Siro Stadium. And this is a very short clip from the concert. So this is all from me for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, please subscribe to the channel and see you next week.